In this recording, we're going to cover processing a credit or a debit against an invoice that has already been posted. So let's take this invoice for example. It's pro number 336888, and we have a residential delivery fee of $500. And let's say that was too much, so we actually need to process a credit for the customer. Let's exit out to the invoicing menu and choose option E, which is invoice correction or reduction. We're going to process a credit and choose option 1 to add the credit. Enter in the pro number. It automatically fills in the date, the customer, and the current amount due. Process the amount of the credit. Say it's $299. And we charged too much. To choose the corresponding GL code, press Enter to choose from a list if you don't know that code off the top of your head. Scroll down until you find the right category. And let's say this is a sales error. Press Escape to save the credit. So you've just added your credit. And now we want to go out and print the credit. It will print a credit report for you. And then we want to post our credit. Okay. So now we've processed the credit to the customer, and we'd like to send them a corrected invoice. So we're going to exit out again to the invoicing menu and choose option F, which is print corrected invoice. Enter in your pro number. And as usual, you can email or fax it. I'll bring it up to a PDF to show you. You can see the pro number up here in the right-hand corner, and it clearly states that it's a corrected invoice. We can see the credit and the message reflected down in the description, and it changes the balance due. A debit or a credit will create a record in the invoice file when it's posted with its own pro number. The original pro number will be the reference number of the debit or the credit in the invoice file. Okay. So then now that we've corrected the invoice, let me take you back to the invoice file, and let's look at that invoice. If we go to screen 3, our transportation summary, we can see now that there is a credit for $299. On screen 7, we can choose to go into the accounts receivable credits to view the credit. And let me show you one other thing. If you pull up that invoice one more time and you hit F for forms, you have your original invoice here, but the corrected invoice is option number 6. And bring it up to a PDF again to show you. And there's your corrected invoice. To process a debit, you would do the exact same process. And let me show you how to do that. So we're going to go back out to invoice correction or reduction. Simply choose debit. And then add your debit and go through that same process. The date fills in along with the customer, process the debit amount. Let's say we processed an incorrect credit amount. We need to debit back $99. We just entered it in wrong. And let's choose that same GL code. Escape to save. And we'll go back out. We have to print the debit. We get our debit report, which looks just like our credit report, and post our debit. And now let's print our corrected invoice again. And here we are with our corrected invoice, and it's reflecting both the credit and the debit. Thank you and have fun.